Hello and welcome to Unpacking Current Issues. A very big thank you, our lovely viewers, for always tuning in. I'm your host, Faith Shikanga. Now, on to our top stories. It is a very dark day in Kenya. Of course, our deepest condolences to the family of former IEBC Chairperson Wafula Chebukati. Well, let's face it, Kenyans, his death has been received with mixed, unexpected reactions from everywhere. Well, normally we would expect messages of RIP flooding our social media platforms, but it's something that is very unprecedented. And let me just, if I can quote just one of the unexpected reactions is, let us live in peace instead of the very rest in peace that we are used to. Now, that leads us to our question today. Why the very rare, unexpected reaction? Do share your thoughts at Salasia TV. Now, moving on swiftly to our very second story. Well, members of parliament do claim that most of the committee holders, they do claim that the president, William Samoei Ruto, is a bit unfair. Well, this has been permitted, of course, to the removal of most of the leadership position. And most of these leadership positions have been given to Azimio leaders, ODM leaders to be very precise. Well, this leads us to, we are kind of confused because normally if this happens, it is meant to unite the country. But wait, is he uniting the country by being divisive in nature? Now let's get a reaction to one of the members of parliament. Let's listen in.
So may I very quickly add on to what my colleagues have said, and more specifically to President William Ruto and his UDA party. We actually feel as a leadership from especially Mount Kenya region and generally the people who support Rigathi Gachagua, it is very unfair that he wants to push every one of us, including those who support him, out of government. We have seen the way committees have been reconstituted in Parliament, and we actually feel that if indeed the problem was Rigathi Gachagua, why is he punishing a whole community? Why is he punishing a whole region? Case on point, every seat that belonged initially to Mount Kenya has been taken to other regions of the country. He has his own sycophants from Mount Kenya. Why would he not take them and give them the positions that have been vacated by those that he feels are not in support of his administration? We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Land, which was given to myself, Senator for Nyandarua. It has been given to now the Senator for Mombasa from ODM. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Transport that was given to the Senator of Kiambu, Senator Karungo Adhangwa. It has now been taken to Migori, Senator Eddie Okech, ODM. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Education that was initially held by Senator Joe Nyutu from Muranga. It has been given to Senator Betty Montet, ODM. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Energy that was initially held by the people of Nyeri. It has been given to the Senator for Siaya, Senator Oburu Odinga. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Trade that was initially held by the Senator Sekio Kanal. It has now been given to Senator Issa Jumaboy from ODM. Why is it that you hate your own people? We are the people that elected you. How is it that you are replacing your own people with people who never voted for you? Even if you don't agree with us, myself, John Medu, we have many other sycophants from our region who support you. Why can't you give that seat to your own people? Number two, even Uhuru Kenyatta, when he disagreed with you, he never replaced your people with other people from other regions. When he removed Kipchumba Murkomen as the leader of majority of the Senate, he replaced him with Pogisho, another person from your region. When they removed Kimani Ichung'wah, they replaced him with Kanini Kega. When they removed Susan Kihika, they replaced him with Kangata. Because as a people and as a region, we voted for this government and we are not visitors and we don't beg to be accommodated in this government. So we want to give a warning to President William Ruto and his UDA party. We hear that this purge is going on even to the National Assembly. As you reconstitute the committees in the National Assembly, even the people that you don't agree with, get other people from the same region, because you have your own people, you have your own sycophants. There are people who have not committed any sin. If standing with our own man, Rigathi Gachagua, was a sin, there are many other people who never stood with him. There are many people who have voted yes for the finance bill. There are other people who have voted yes to remove Rigathi Gachagua. Why can't you give them these seats? You cannot, the power that you have to appoint and have people in leadership positions is not the votes that you shall get in 2027. It's the votes that you got in 2022. And you got them from our people, and you got them from our region, and you have to respect that region. You cannot push us Even though we have told you we are pushing you out of government, you cannot push us out of government because you're already serving courtesy of our.
Now, wrapping up to our last story, and this is even one of my interesting stories, if I may say that. Well, the senator of Nairobi County, Senator Edwin Sifuna, he just got back telling us on how the president claims he's in a position not to be told anything because he's a PhD holder and Mr. Know It All, and claims to always have this very high-end people. And so Sifuna went ahead and said, but why surround himself with the likes of Sudi, whom he termed as a class 2 dropout?
Sifuna, closing remarks.
It doesn't matter how much time you give Ojienda and Aladwa. They will never persuade me that Ruto is good for the country. In fact, time is up. There is very little that Ruto can do in the intervening period to save his presidency. And he knows it. That is why his allies are speaking the way that he does. That is why he is insulting the public and telling them off every turn he gets. Told us that he has a PhD and nobody should lecture him on anything. I've never seen a PhD who hangs out with class 2 dropouts, because what you do then is that you reduce the average intelligence to at least class 8. If you are just surrounded by, they say birds of a feather flock together. How are you a PhD hanging out with Sudi? That cannot be true. So we want to tell him we might not have PhDs, but we know how we feel about our country and where the country needs to be. And we will say these things, Trevor. Nobody will scare us. Nobody will threaten us. As I've told you, there is nothing that I have today that you can take away from me that will result in me dying or something. No. For as long as you don't cut off my head, it doesn't matter. I will speak the truth as I see it. And I will say the things that I have to say, because these are the things that people are telling me to say. I don't represent myself. I represent over 2.5 million voters here in Nairobi. I don't know how many judges Ekuru represents on this show. Because his stronghold is the Court of Appeal.
Well, hours later, Sudi did a very unexpected response by recording a 5-minute clip purely in English. And this is what he had to say purely in English. Wacha tusikize kizungu ya Sudi.
Sifuna, you are saying that William Ruto is hanging out with standard 2 dropouts. Let me ask you a question. Our fathers, are they university? Are they graduates? Number 2, can you compare me with you, Sifuna? You know, my IQ and your IQ, it is not even a quarter. So, look for somebody you can compare yourself with, or you can compare William Ruto with, but not me. I'm in another class. Not because I'm bragging, but you can ask my history. You don't have even a quarter of my knowledge. So don't be stupid. Don't talk like a kid. Oh, you know, every day you've been you insult this one, you rubbish the other one. Oh, you know, so can you go and ask people or ask your friends if and ask them to tell you the truth. They will tell you the truth that you are nothing. And you don't reason like even a standard 4, Form 4 dropout, leave alone standard 2. Because, my friend, it is not about school. It's about skills. It's not about PhD. It's about calculation. So long as you can speak, you can think, you can see, you can smell, I don't think you have both of those things. You're just a coward, a stupid man.
Now that's all we had in store for you today. Do stay tuned on Salasia TV for more current issues. I've been your host, Faith Chikan.